The title of today's video is the 5 warning signs of high cortisol. Now, if you've been feeling constantly moody, tired, and gaining stubborn belly fat, even though nothing in your habits have changed, then this video might explain why. I'm Dr. Rosemarie. I'm a health psychologist and cortisol specialist. And today, I'll break down the 5 signs that your stress hormone cortisol might be hijacking your health, and more importantly, what you can do to bring it back into balance. Sign number 1. Let's start with one of the most noticeable signs, weight gain, that collects right around your midsection, in your upper body, and in your arms, because cortisol is triggering your body to store fat in the abdomen, in the face, and even in the upper back. It's a pattern known as central obesity, and it's part of your body's ancient survival mechanism, and it's designed to store energy when your body is undergoing chronic stress. Research shows that chronic stress and even mild stress can elevate your cortisol by as much as 15 to 30% in fat storage, particularly around your organs. This not only changes how you look, but it increases your risk for insulin resistance, for inflammation, and extreme fatigue. The good news is that you can reverse it by starting your mornings with protein to help stabilize your blood glucose levels. You also want to swap out some of that caffeine and choose hydrating beverages like water. And you also want to try gentle strength training to help rebalance your cortisol naturally. You can get more cortisol balancing ideas by downloading my free guide, How to Calm Cortisol Chaos, in this video's description. Sign number 2. Do you fall asleep exhausted, but you tend to wake up wired, maybe 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.? Cortisol is supposed to peak early in the morning and fall at night. But when your stress is high, this can upset the whole rhythm. Elevated nighttime cortisol keeps your brain on constant high alert, so it's active when it should be resting. And this is going to affect your recovery, and it's going to affect your fatigue level the next day. Studies show that people with high nighttime cortisol have up to a 40% reduction in REM sleep, which affects memory, focus, mood. If you want to restore your sleep-wake cycles, try to limit your screens before bed. Eat your final meal 3 hours before going to sleep, and consider using calming adaptogens like ashwagandha or magnesium glycinate to support your relaxation and to reset your cortisol. Sign number 3. If you feel like your emotions are all over the place, they're unpredictable, and you just can't focus like you used to, this could be cortisol at work. Cortisol directly affects your hippocampus, your prefrontal cortex. These are the 2 regions of the brain that are responsible for things like memory and focus and mood and emotional regulation, which is why when cortisol stays high, you might experience things like anxiety, irritability, and even depressive symptoms. Chronic cortisol elevation decreases your dopamine and your serotonin levels in the brain, and this leads to low motivation, poor concentration, and even poor decision making. Balancing your gut health is one of the fastest ways to rebalance your mood, because 90% of your body's serotonin is made in the gut. So you want to start adding prebiotic fibers, daily stress management rituals like your walking, your nature walks, your deep breathing, your journaling. Sign number 4. Have you noticed your skin getting thinner and bruising more easily? How about hair loss or hair thinning, Maybe your hair is starting to shed more than usual. Cortisol weakens collagen, and it also slows down cellular repair. Over time, this can make your skin more fragile and your hair more prone to things like thinning and shedding. Now, this happens because cortisol will divert nutrients away from non-essential systems like skin and hair so that it can fuel your stress response. As a result, you might see dullness, dryness, and even flare-ups like acne during periods of chronic stress. What you want to do here is rebuild from within. Focus on nutrient-dense foods that are rich in vitamin C, rich in omega-3 fats, and start to support your recovery with more rest, more hydration, and adaptogens like rhodiola. This is going to help with cellular repair and tissue repair. Sign number 5. Finally, if you're feeling weaker or you've noticed that you are losing muscle strength, even though you're going to the gym and you're working out, I want you to pay attention here. Cortisol breaks down muscle tissue for fuel, and it interferes with bone-building cells that are called osteoblasts. Over time, this can lead to reduced strength and slower recovery and even bone density loss. Women with chronic stress can experience 1 to 2% annual bone density loss. And if cortisol doesn't get addressed, this compounds the risk during menopause. Incorporate weight-bearing exercise and ensure that you're getting adequate protein intake. Strength training is not just for looking great, it's the most effective natural way of regulating cortisol. If these signs sound all too familiar, don't panic. Your body isn't failing you, it's trying to protect you. High cortisol is reversible once you understand the triggers and you start small. You want to prioritize sleep, you want to manage your blood glucose levels and support your stress response with mindfulness practices like deep breathing and good nutrition. If you're ready to take the next step, download my free How to Calm Cortisol Chaos guide. It's pinned in the comments for you, and it'll walk you through how to rebalance your stress hormones and restore your energy and start feeling like yourself again. I'm Dr. Rosemarie. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.